Anyway, chaps, you're quite safe with this stuff tonight because you can always tell a good blaster he has all his fingers and he does not speak in a high-pitched voice. But I come very close to it, as some of you chaps will probably remember. About 1954, wasn't it, when we used to have the hill climb? Well, I think they still do at Beeston. Do you remember that bloody fiasco? Oh, boy, I've never forgot it. And when we used to go charging up the hill on the bikes, you know, full chat, a big fistful of throttle, drop the clutch and away. Hi-ho, Silvo. Wind it round your bloody neck or get up the hill, you know what I mean? And it was the highest one up the hill used to win the money. And someone said, hey, Batesy, what about rockets? So I developed the rockets, 3'6" long. I thought, I know just what to put in. Mix it well and stuff it in a 3'6" tube. So we tried it out, we anchored it to a plank and it worked like a bloody charm. And there was some bloody thrutch and all, I'll tell you. So we made a little cradle for it. Well, of course, you know, it is come the night of the do. Hey, why don't you have 2 rockets? You get up a bloody sight faster, you know. So we did this. We had the 2 rockets. I made a hurried mixing. I don't think I could be concentrating. I made a hurried mixing. We shoved it in, went to the bloody do there, you know, Beeston Castle. I goes in the gate. Somebody said, you're not coming in the event with rockets because the Cheshire Centre ACU insurance doesn't cover rockets. I said, you miserable buggers. Said, you'll have to take your rockets off and you can go in the event without rockets. Now, I always remember, I came 4th, I think, after a lot of thrashing up the hill and won 13 shilling. And I think it must have been an omen. An omen. So they said, well, I'll tell you what you can do. You can have a rocket-assisted attempt as an added attraction for the kids at the interval. But our insurance is having bugger all to do with it. So we bolted them back on again. Got on the line. I said to Bob, you light them, and you've 5 seconds to get from behind. Power, you know, power. So he was thrutch. And he was standing there with his box of matches at the bloody ready, you see. I said, just let me get it started up. I got it all weighed out. I got me 24th tooth sprocket on. I thought, second cog, full chat, with me rockets, no trouble. Straight over the bloody top. And I thought, they expected me to go over the top and down the well and come out in the bloody caves at the bottom. So Red Shanks, he starts giving them the spiel. Because in those days, the crowd used to stand up the side and across the top, you know. No bugger had ever got over the top. So he wasn't half giving it the roll of drums, you know. Will the crowd please part at the top of the hill? As Batesy is going to have his rocket-assisted attempt and he'll be up there any minute. Wave something when you're ready. Of course, they all shuffled back and some young woman waved something. He said, it's all right, miss, you can put them on now, we've seen you. Oh, I said, are you ready? And just then, one of these government British newsmen, you remember that bloody great camera he used to carry out, and he was taking pictures. And taking pictures up me orify as well. You notice how you've got to be careful how you tell this story. Orify is 2. So you're taking pictures of me rockets. He's round the back. And I didn't fancy him being round the back there. Well, for 2 reasons, really. I said, get to one side, son. You'll get burnt to death there. So he comes down the side. He's still taking bloody pictures. I said, light 'em, Bob. He said, I've lit them. And I felt this terrific urge. Not that sort of urge, you daft bugger. I felt the power at the back. So I dropped the clutch and wow, I went, oh, lovely. Front wheel was up here. I was up the bloody bank. I'd gone 24 feet. Approx. So the next thing I remember, I was in like a cloud. A cloud of bloody gunpowder smoke. And a voice said, "Isn't he bloody heavy?" You know, and I thought, this feels nice. But I was jerking the wrong way, you know. Not like the Spaniard doing his press-ups on the beach at Mallorca. You know, and the little peon comes along, he said, "Senor, senor, excuse me, the senorita, she has gone." Anyway, I'm going up and down this way. Anyway, I'm on a bloody stretcher. Somebody put me crash out under my head. And this bugger with the camera was still taking pictures. There was all of a twitch down my left side. So I could gesticulate to him with me right. Only. He got the message, yes. But Billy Webster was the one at crew, remember old Bill there? And he got some photographs. He said, "Batesy," he said, "you were going up the hill better than any bugger," he says. "The only trouble was you were 12 feet in front of the bloody bike." Oh.